I can't believe the Kickstarter fully funded. That's crazy. So I won the cool guy lottery of having something extremely expensive come up right before Christmas, and it was health related, so I couldn't just push it off to the side. And I was already saving up for another health related thing that was extremely expensive, so I went through with the first thing, didn't have money for the second thing, and I was just struggling to figure out what I could do. If you look at my channel, you can see the past year or two that I've been uploading way less. The content's been way more sporadic, and it hasn't had much of a schedule. That's because I've had health related issues for the past 2 years, and I needed to step away from game dev for a different method of getting money because game development YouTube wasn't getting me enough money that I needed to actually afford these things. I felt terrible for leaving, and then I'd like sort things out, and so I'm like, hey, I'm back, but then something else would come up and then I had to leave again. It was just a lot of annoying things, so I wanted a solution that would let me come back to game development, which I wanted to do, and get enough money. So I decided to make a Kickstarter page in one day. I was like, yeah, I'll make this Kickstarter page. I'll launch it in January and it'll be cool. But then I realized that you get the funds a month after the campaign ends. So if I put it on in January, I'll get the money in February. And what if it doesn't actually fund? I'm gonna need that money. So I'm like, I gotta do it now. It's almost November. I just need to do it because there's Thanksgiving, there's Black Friday, and then there's Christmas. I gotta do it before all that craziness happens, right? Like, what? This is crazy. No marketing, no planning. I sat at the PC and I edited the trailer all in one day, worked on the page, and I'm sitting there like, oh my god, this is not gonna fund. This is so not going to work. And I have to go to my parents for 2 weeks for a vacation soon. So when I do launch it, I won't even be able to do anything for weeks because I won't even be home. So I asked some people in my life and they were like, just go for it. If it doesn't end up working out, you can always pick up the pieces and try again a few months later. Oh, I tried thinking of what I could do to possibly help the Kickstarter along since I didn't have much marketing or planning, so I decided to bunker down at the PC and code like crazy to get an update for the demo for Jelly Fields. And keep in mind, I'm still recovering from the thing that I had to get done that was health related. So I was still sore, I was still groggy, and I'm just like, I was just not confident that this was all gonna come together. I kept telling Delana, I'm like, it's just not gonna work. There's no way this is gonna work. It's like, it's such a long shot. I felt like this moment would get ruined, and I already was losing credibility as a creator and as a game developer because my projects weren't coming out. My videos were having to get canceled. I kept saying, hey, I'm gonna do this, and then I wasn't able to do it. So I felt like if I also just make this Kickstarter and it's a massive failure, that it would just continue to just go downwards. But let's focus on what actually happened. Looking at the little fountain, playing with the ball, and then boom, title card. That was the... It's 24. What? That's so great. I'm like, I'm at a loss for words. It's just crazy. So I launched the Kickstarter and I'm like, I'm so antsy. I can't sit still. I need to do a live stream. I do the live stream and immediately hundreds of dollars are being donated. And this is insane. I had people unsubscribing left and right. It was like Depression City on the Fairlii channel. But then I start the Kickstarter and it's like everybody is coming back. And it was like the community once again doing the impossible for me. Okay, this is a devlog, so let me actually talk about the game. Jelly Fields is a cozy farming game where you go to different biomes, clearing corruption for a cast of silly characters with the help of adorable magical slimes called jellies. This game has so much of me put into it. I designed everything to be unique and different in its own way, and the game has so much atmosphere. You don't just click a sell button to sell an item, you actually have to drag it to the sell box and drop it in, and it makes a satisfying sound. This world just kind of sucks you in, and you can only get that effect if you spend hundreds of hours working on a project. Having to take a step away from game development really sucked because I didn't have a lot of the time to put into something that I had built up for years. I've worked on Jelly Fields for a couple years now, but game development has been my pretty much one and only career. That's been my entire life for so long. So having to take a step back away from it and to see it just all slowly declining, it's been pretty tough and stressful on me. But I decided I'm gonna use this Kickstarter as a way to be like, hey, I'm back. I'm uploading videos. You're forced to watch them. Me and you, we're kind of stuck together at this point. Let's just do it. And I go on vacation. I'm doing my thing. I'm hanging out with my family. The Kickstarter is doing its thing, and I can't really do much in terms of what I can upload for the Kickstarter because I don't have a setup to like stream or do anything while at my parents'. And also, I was working so much on the demo and all of the other stuff that I didn't have much content to bring with me that I could upload while I was away. The Kickstarter got to like 70% funded, and then it slowed to a crawl. And this was like worst case scenario for me because I felt like everybody was so excited about this thing funding, and it's gonna just barely not fund. And we were gonna be in this situation where, oh, Fairlii got it to 90% and didn't get it over the edge, and then it would just be like a huge disappointment. So I waited until I got back home, and once I got home, it was still pretty slow, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do one last stream. I'm gonna be like, this is the final straw. This is the most important stream that we could ever do, and just watch what happens. If we fully fund today we can be blessed by Jolly Jim. No! 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 Oh my, I'm tripping. No! I still don't think I've fully processed that it funded. And not only did it funded over 100%. Which is just absolutely mind-blowing. Of course, I had to celebrate, so I decided to do live streams every single day for the rest of the campaign of the Kickstarter. And then I ended it off with an amazing pizza party with the community. Other people brought pizza. We had our own pizza. We hung out. We played some games, and we had some fun. And it was so cool. I tried to think of things from the perspective of the viewer. And I totally understand that with my channel being barren and no videos coming out that, yeah, Fairlii has been taking a lot of L's, but I'm hoping with the release of this video that you guys can see that in 2024, I was really just going through it. Without the support from the people who back the project and for amazing people like you, I wouldn't be able to actually come back and do game development full time like I am now. And so I want to make more videos for you guys and actually have cool content come out for you. Not only that, but this year, Jelly Fields is going to come out, hopefully by the end of the year, and also Leaflup's Candy Hunt is going to come out as well, which is really awesome too. There might also be some other small projects that we get up to. You know, I always do these like crazy random extra projects, so we'll probably have some of that again. Speaking of Leaflup's Candy Hunt, I'm still working on that game, and there's going to be some really fun surprises for that. If you want to know more about that game, there's a link to it in the description, so you can check that out and learn more about Leaflup's Candy Hunt. Oh. Also, I'm doing Fairlii Friday every single Friday for the members of the channel. If you want to get extra content and exclusive videos every single week, you can consider becoming a member with the join button. It does cost money, so you're helping support the channel, and you get a bunch of extra cool goodies. And I'm also streaming every single Tuesday. I want to see how many Tuesdays in 2025 I can stream without losing my mind to weird fan games or succumbing to the dark evil forces of my cats. But those streams are going to fully move over to a new channel called Fairlii Minis, so that people who subscribe here and don't want to watch the live streams are having their feed filled up with live streaming stuff. So we're moving it over to a new channel in the near future, so check the link in the description for that as well. Okay, that's all for my video on this crazy Kickstarter nonsense. This was incredible. This helped me actually get to keep this job that I love so much as the cats fight in the background. I will see you guys in a couple of weeks for my next video, but oh, Leaflup's candy hunt, oh, it's getting me, oh.